to our presentation session. Since this is very specific to code on wages, where the wages part, the salary part is the crux. I just thought I could explain the definition of the term wages alone as defined under the code on wages. Other terms, of course, establishment, employer, employee, worker, all those are all important, but I will not be going very deep into those definitions. Because the idea is, again, once we, any company for that matter, that company, if it has a proper salary structure in place, I think almost 50 to 60% of the compliance is done. Because once the salary structure is right, I think you'll be able to ensure compliance under payment of wages, compliance under minimum wages, compliance under bonus, gratuity. So what are all the components to be considered for gratuity, components to be considered for ESI, components to be considered for PF, everything will be very clear. So the crux of the entire compliance under the labor laws, I would say, is proper salary structure, for which I think we may have to rely on the provisions of the code on wages. So maybe with this, I'll just move on. Now we are in slide 2, right? Again, you may be aware that when we say definition, the definitions will have, maybe some of the terms may have mere substantive part, and some of the terms will have substantive part and inclusion part, or inclusion and exclusion, or exclusion alone, something like that. But this particular definition has all these parts. It has substantive part, it has inclusive part, it has exclusion part, it has provisos, explanation, everything is there, because the main reason being it's a key term, number one. Number two, I think this has been drafted based on the definitions given under the all the existing 4 legislations: minimum wages, payment of bonus, as well as equal remuneration. So now maybe if you look at the substantive part, it very clearly says all remuneration by way of salaries, allowances, or otherwise. That is how it goes. The opening phrase is like this. This has been actually borrowed from the current definition for the term wages under the Payment of Wages Act, because that alone includes specifically allowances also, right? Of course, which are expressed in terms of money or capable of being so expressed as per the contract of employment, which is the appointment order, right? And when you come to the inclusion part, it includes basic wages, DNS allowance, retaining allowance, if any, right? So normally basic wages will fall under the substantive part, but here it is coming under the inclusion part. Then if you look at the exclusion part, I think there are several components which are excluded from A to K. I think a lot of components are excluded from the definition of the term wages. Maybe I would like to draw your attention to clause C in this, where it says any contribution paid by the employer to any pension fund or provident fund. Of course, this is very true. Any contribution made by the employer in respect of the employer to pension fund or provident fund will not be normally considered as wages. But they have very specifically included this in the exclusion part. They have brought this in the exclusion part. This otherwise means maybe in the overall payment, which is included, the remuneration, it appears, or people tend to think that the remuneration will include contribution by the employer towards PF or pension, but subsequently for the purposes of code on wages, this is specifically excluded. That is the reason it is given here. So somewhere this thought could develop for the employers, since it is brought under this class. Similarly, class G, remuneration payable under any award or settlement. Award or settlement means, again, the employer would normally be bound to pay that, make that payment. But I am not very sure why this is brought under the exclusion part. Why this is not considered as part of wages? Why this has been excluded from the definition of the term wages? Probably once the code, the date of commencement of the code is announced, then once the working starts, the enforcement wing should be able to clarify all these things, particularly the class C and class G.